All right, gang, it's time to grow these glutes. In this workout, I want you to remember to take your time, connect your mind to your muscles working, and do not forget to breathe. In this exercise, I want you to start with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Then draw a wide circle starting with your right glute, going all the way back and all the way around, slow and controlled, warming up those hips. Do one side and then rotate to the other. In this exercise, I want you to do the best that you can because everybody will be different. Start with dropping your knees back to the side of your waist and grab the inside of your heels or toes. If you cannot grab the inside of your heels or toes, grab your ankles. Slightly hold for a couple seconds, release, and do it again. In this exercise, I want you to remember to take your time. As you bring that knee up for that rotation, I want you to squeeze the glute at the top of the rotation. And when you come down to your squat, squeeze those glutes again. Keep that core tight, chest up, no pressure on your head, and don't forget to breathe. In this exercise, you're gonna start off with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Then you're gonna slightly scoot your hips back just a little bit to where you are comfortable and bring that straight leg out, squeezing that glute at the top. This exercise can be done without a band, or you can add ankle weights. Take your time. Keep that core tight. Don't forget to breathe and do the same thing on the other side. In this exercise, it is important to remember that you will be doing 3 different positions of seated abductions. You're going to start off with your hands under your shoulders and your feet shoulder width apart. Make sure that band is right above the knees. Then you're going to sit straight up. Fight the resistance in that band like you're trying to break it. Squeeze those glutes as you open up those knees and rest them when you bring them back in. Your last position, you will be leaning forward. It's always best to do the same amount of reps or time on each position and hold till failure on the end. In this exercise, it is important to remember to pretend like you were doing a fire hydrant, but you are going to be laying on your side, your knees under your hips, arms under your shoulders. Band is below the knees, and you're going to raise that knee as high as you can like you're doing a fire hydrant and squeeze that glute at the top. Remember to keep those legs bent, that core tight, and do the same amount of reps and time on one side as you do on the other. In this exercise, it is important to remember that when going into your bridge, that your ankles align under your knees. You will also be on your heels versus your foot flat. You're going to hold with those knees open for 3 to 5 seconds on each bridge. Squeeze those glutes at the top and keep that core tight. Fight that band as much as you can and don't forget to breathe. In this exercise, it is important for you to remember to keep your upper body relaxed as you only open those knees, fighting the tension in the band, squeezing those glutes. Take your time, do the best that you can. If the band is too challenging on your calves, bring it up to your thighs. Take your time, breathe, and squeeze those glutes. In this exercise, it's important for you to remember to keep those hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, keeping that leg in a 90-degree angle with your feet flat. You're going to raise that knee as high as you can, fighting the resistance in that band and squeezing that glute at the top. Do one side and then move on to the other. Remember to keep that core tight and do not forget to breathe. In this exercise, it is important to remember to stay low. Have that band right above those knees as you jump your feet in and out, fighting the resistance in those bands, keeping your chest up and squeezing those glutes.